Are you preparing as an upcoming digital nomad? I'm figuring that you had already managed to get a green light from your boss to become freelancer, or at least having an online job to become fully remote. Before that, your freedom will comes with an expensive caveat if you're not able to planning your digital nomad destination that suits your budget and lifestyle. You must know that digital nomadism already had been transforming all the cheap beautiful paradise to becoming as a major hubs for online workers. These destinations is bustling with crowded. Meanwhile, the harsh reality is digital nomads are struggling to cope up with their budgets where the price tag is almost same like big metropolitan. My statistics is showing from past 6 months till now, most the destinations that I list out last year becoming more pricey from 15 to 20%, an alarming situation to whom wish to start with tight budget. Even my personal experience, I had relocate from Bali, Indonesia to Gaul, Sri Lanka because not able to cope up with drastic price hike. So on these content, I will make sure to guide an affordable places to live as digital nomads where we will go through with the rental prices, food cost, internet connection, visa options and safety index as well to make sure these places going to be female friendly. Let's not be surprised if you hear some of these names for the very first time. A gentle reminder, hope you can subscribe the channel for regular destinations updates and plenty of tips that will help digital nomads like you. So, these is the 8 underrated destinations if you start digital nomad now. Number 8. Dahab, Egypt. Ever you dreamed about staying close to Red Sea, then these is the call for all digital nomads to experience these coastal paradise. Dahab is located in southeast coast of Sinai Peninsula 85 kilometers north of Sharm el-Sheikh at Egypt. These destination can be best expressed as a charming beach town where you'll discover a laid-back hippie vibe combined with classy Arab Bedouin culture and with plenty of option for diving and fishing at pristine water at Gulf of Aqaba. Dahab was a major attraction for some low-budget travelers mainly for Northern Africans, Middle East and Europeans but anyhow already fascinate small numbers of digital nomads to stay and work remotely for a while before shifting to other destinations. Dahab long-term rentals, Facebook public group page is so far the best site to hunt for an apartment here, approximately will cost around $300 for a studio apartment included with electricity, water and Wi-Fi. Though it's a small seaside town but you can get all sorts of Western and traditional food here. An English breakfast includes good coffee just costs $6 or a seafood platter for $12. Remember to try the baklava as your dessert. Your only choice to stay as a digital nomad at Dahab is applying for tourist visa will cost $25 for single entry where you can stay 30 days, then you can extend the period of durations with temporary tourist residence permit called Iqama Asiyaha valid for 1 to 6 months. The charges will be $70. Each year safety and security index is improving at Dahab, even Numbeo quoted it's very safe to travel here especially for female travelers. Unfortunately, you must be aware that the Wi-Fi speed is not so great here with 20 megabytes per second. So if you're a digital nomad who totally depends on internet connection, do some research before come here. Number 7. Tenerife, Spain. If you're a digital nomad that prefer to be close to Europe, then these will be an ideal destination to you. Tenerife is a part of Canary Islands, near to Western Sahara will thrills with non-stop experience with amazing volcanoes landscape. You can venture to their lush forests or at least just soaking at the warm temperate beach. I had already talked over with my freelancers buddies who is already living here. They told me most of long-term rental studios will cost like $400 to $500. Facebook groups such as Tenerife Remote Workers and Digital Nomads will be the best site to look for an accommodation. Even you can get plenty of tips and advisors here. If you are from Schengen countries, visa is not an issue but freelancers from other countries only can stay here up to 90 days in any 180 days period. Schengen visa will cost $81. Anyhow, Spain's proposed digital nomad visa will be introduced soon. Benefits most remote workers who wants to based here for long term. Broadband connection speed on average 89 megabits per second is major key reason that tempting most of digital nomads. So far DigiSpain is among the reliable provider. You need to budget at least $800 each month for the food. Cooking your own meals can save a lot. Local Spanish cuisine like churros or tortilla is a delicious appetizers that need to try. Tenerife scored very high rating when it comes for safety and crime index. Female digital nomads really encouraged to come and venture here. Number 6. San Juan del Sur, Nicaragua. This hippie-vibe colorful beachside town is known as a paradise for surfers, but slowly attracting more digital nomad to come here. Digital nomad community tend to live closely to coastal area for more quiet and slow-paced lifestyle while soaking and surfing at the beach. You don't need big budget to live here. $1,100 should be enough to have a decent lifestyle. The rental for one-bedroom studio apartment will cost you $500 close to Bay Area, or if you're looking for cheaper option easily can find near to downtown. You can stay up to 90 days with Nicaraguan tourist visa. Countries like USA, Canada, European Union nations, most of the Asian and Latin America had a visa-free access. Please remember to ensure your passport is valid for at least 6 months prior to arrival. Though Nicaraguan food is more to rice and bean, anyhow you can easily find Western cuisine that will cost about $7 per meal. I can suggest that most of you will be very comfortable eating delicious local food like gallo pinto or vigorón. The internet connection is constantly improving where mobile speed will be 18 megabyte per second, while if you are having fixed broadband connection will be much more better, around 40 megabyte per second. The locals are so friendly, helpful towards international communities. I had a few conversations with a Facebook group about safety concerns because I was unable to find any reliable sources, but there are many recommendations that strongly indicate the city is secure and appropriate for digital nomads to stay and work here. Number 5. Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Phnom Penh is a vibrant city, once an important spot for ancient Khmer Empire and French influences. This Cambodian capital will be never fail to attract you with their colonial architectures, royal palace and chaotic scenes at Central Market. Don't forget to go for a boat cruise at Mekong River if you have chance to be here. For the past years, numbers of digital nomads and freelancers had doubled, anyhow the living cost still considered the cheapest at Southeast Asia. It's not a big deal to look for in-studio apartments under $400, you can simply source it out from Airbnb or Facebook Marketplace. Most of rental places here will comes together with Wi-Fi connection, at least with 20 megabits per second and a prepaid SIM card included with data plan only costs you the maximum $15. Since the expat communities is thriving here, Cambodian government takes an extra measures on safety issues especially to female travelers, but even though my discussions with Facebook groups suggest that you must concern a bit while walking alone on night. Normally a full meal set will cost around $USD 7 to 10 at mid-range Western style cafes, but you have plenty of options. Find a delicious street foods under $3. Cambodia not yet offering any specific visas for digital nomads, so you need to apply for tourist visa known as T visa. Allows you to stay 30 days and can be extended for another 1 month. All year summer balmy weather will be an advantage to you for planning countless outdoor activities with your other digital nomad buddies. Number 4. Pokhara, Nepal. The spellbinding of Pokhara's valley with backdropped by majestic Annapurna range and serene of Rupa, Begnars and fewer lakes nicknamed this city as the jewel of Himalaya. Nowadays, these mountain town not only famous with tourists but with some digital nomads whom attract with active and adventure lifestyle. Rental units here will priced about $350. Normally you can get a nice studio apartment through Airbnb. Food price is not a big deal because it's not going to cost you more than $7 per meal at a decent cafes included with beverages, but sometimes totally depends on lifestyle as well. Ncell is the best mobile internet provider with average 12.8 megabits per second speed. Meanwhile the average Wi-Fi connection speed is 21 megabits per second. Will be a big relief to freelancers like us. You're allowed to stay 90 days maximum with tourist visa. The local community's always welcoming and helpful, so this place is very safe to the female travelers or freelancers according to Numbeo website. Normally, most of digital nomads tend to live here like 60 to 90 days only because lack of transportation facilities, working spaces to connect with other freelancers and quite hard to go for visa run every 3 months. Meanwhile weather will become cold during November to February. Number 3. Roatan, Honduras. Roatan is so close to the United States. Within a 2.5-hour flight journey you can reach Florida. Though a small island in the Caribbean, but filled with unique flora and fauna, it is a fantastic place for digital nomad who want to explore marine life, or just relax at one of the secret beaches. Expected that more than 9,000 digital nomad live and work here, not included, with vast international communities like expats and retirees. A studio apartment can cost you up to $500 near the east side of the island. Citizens from 84 countries can come to Honduras without a visa, including Western European Union members, Americans and Canadians as well. Nationalities from other countries need to pay $30 for single entry or $60 for multiple entries, and are allowed to stay a maximum of 90 days. Tigo Mobile Network is a recommended and reliable telecommunication provider in Honduras. Currently they are offering a competitive range of pre-planned packages priced around $3 to $6. The current Wi-Fi speed is around 29 megabyte per second for downloading, meanwhile 7 megabyte per second for upload. You must not leave Roatan without trying their local dishes. Normally digital nomad tend to eat bailadas or pupuses, which will cost only $3 per meal. Meanwhile, remember to add Honduran's aromatic coffee and their fresh bananas for your breakfast. Roatan is known as the safest destination for digital nomad, especially women. The locals here are very happy, affectionate and helpful toward foreign communities. Definitely, this is not the cheapest place on our list, but you can live and work affordably within the budget around $1,200 monthly. Number 2. Budva, Montenegro. Budva will be the perfect location near to Balkan coastal for digital nomad who had really wished to live somewhere unique, with such a different atmosphere, or feel somewhere pleasant and picturesque at the same time. There are plenty of studio apartments ranging around $450 near the coastal area. Most of the units will come with pre-installed electric, water and Wi-Fi connection as well. Montenegro's digital nomad visa was expected to roll out early 2023. For sure will benefit digital nomads to stay and work remotely here. Anyhow, right now you can obtain a long stay visa called D visa, allowing you to stay up to 6 months, which will be priced at $160. So far Intel is the reliable telecommunication provider. Their mobile data will cost you $15 for 500 gigabytes package. Meanwhile, the Wi-Fi speed will be around 36 megabyte per second for download speed and 6 megabyte per second for uploading. My advice: if you're a digital nomad who fully relies on the internet, please make sure about the connectivity before coming here. Budva and the surrounding area are very safe and secure even when you're walking alone at night. Female digital nomads are really welcome to come here. You need to allocate $600 for your monthly food. Living here is considered very cheap compared to other European cities. You can live here affordably for $1,200 each month. Number 1. Galle, Sri Lanka. An UNESCO heritage site, a colorful and colonial fort city, still posing 16th century's Portuguese and Dutch architectural marvel buildings. On the other side, turquoise beaches like Miasa and Unawatuna are playing major roles in attracting more than 4,000 digital nomad to base here, including myself right now. If you're wondering how much you need to allocate to live here, my personal budget is $900 monthly. Sri Lankan have already eased up their tourist visa requirements, where you can stay up to 180 days. Visa will only cost you $50. There are plenty of accommodation options, but the studio unit that I had to rent right now just priced at $170 without electricity and Wi-Fi charges. Meanwhile, the estimated utility bill will be $40. My advice is always seek rental properties by engaging with local community groups on Facebook. SLT Mobitel Telecommunication is the fastest network provider here. Currently they are implementing 5G services at most of the places. I had performed a speed test on my current Wi-Fi connection, where you can watch the real-time result. Food will be no issue for you because there will be varieties of Western food priced around $8, but I can suggest you try local foods like kotu, fish curry rice or appam, which will cost less than $3 per meal. Digital nomad is very secure here. During my stay for 4 months now, I never encountered single incidents, especially involving international communities. Even Numbio quoted that Galle is a very safe place to live. Solo female digital nomads are encouraged to come here.